Your credit union just got even better. You can now use your credit union for all your day-to-day banking needs. Current Account from your credit union comes with a globally accepted debit card for use in store, online, at ATMs or contactless payment. It also gives you low and transparent fees and the same personal service you have come to expect from your credit union. The new Current Account from your credit union. Finally, a real choice. For participating credit unions and terms and conditions, visit currentaccount.ie. Credit unions are regulated by the Central Bank of Ireland.
Hi, and welcome to Transitional Changes Mission podcast show. This is your host, Queen Summers.
And your host, King Summers.
Happy New Year
happy
to
New
our
Year.
Listeners, family,
Yes.
and friends.
Yes, 2021.
Yes, we are happy to be in a new year. Are you?
Yes. You can't go back. Can't go back to 2020. The only way you can go back is in your mind, 2020. That's a good thing sometimes, if you're going back to make yourself happy, because any type of reflection should turn back to you as happy. Your body didn't mess up. You didn't mess up or make no mistakes. Everything was aligned at that time to lead you to where you is. And I'm celebrating with you because you're still here and you're here to celebrate and help us with this awesome movement.
That's right. And I'm glad that you are speaking about mindsets, because this is a very new thing that we are rolling out in the new year. First of all, we want to welcome all of our new listeners that have the opportunity to hear us in this new year on our show. I'd like to say welcome and thank you for listening, and also to all our listeners who've been listening since day one. We thank you as well. Have you ever heard of the term, you can do anything you set your mind to? The human mind can be a tricky thing. You can either feed it thoughts that put you on the path to success, or you can feed it stuff that makes you question and doubt every step you take, sabotaging any and every chance of success you ever had. The best predictor of success in life is your mindset. People who believe that they can do better in life leads them to the path of success. When you enter a mindset, you can enter a new world. In one world, the world of fixed traits, success is about proving you're smart or talented, validating yourself. In the other, the world of changing qualities, is about stretching yourself to learn something new, developing yourself. The mindset is a self-perception or self-theory that people hold about themselves. For example, believing that you are smart is an example of mindset. And this belief plays a big role in an individual's ability to learn and grow, acquiring new skills, professional or personal success. Believing that your qualities are carved in stone creates an urgency to prove yourself over and over. If you have only a certain amount of intelligence, a certain personality, and a certain moral character, well, then you better prove that you have a healthy dose of them. It simply wouldn't do much good to look or feel deficient in these most basic characteristics. In a growth mindset, these people believe that their most basic abilities can be developed through dedication and hard work. Brains and talent are just the starting point. This view creates a love of learning and a resilience that is essential for great accomplishment.
This year, day one of 2021. It is exciting already. I know we are in the evening of the day of a Friday, New Year's. Friday, New Year's. Came down with that countdown on New Year's Eve, and we made it and celebrated. Through the celebration, we did safety measurements. Didn't get to do as usual, but there is a atmosphere of joy being around your family and celebrating. That's what it's really about.
Right.
I'm asking the audience, what are you looking forward to in 2021?
That's a good question. What are you looking for in 2021? Well, today it seems we have an incredible amount of expectation of one another. The idea of unconditional love seems to have fallen by the wayside, as more and more of us want love, but are ill-prepared to give or even receive it.
Well, I can tell you one thing that I'm prepared for, and that's anything. That's one thing, reflection of your mind to think back 2020 and 2019 kind of caught a lot of people off guard.
Right.
But when you move forward to 2021, you have that memory, and you can now say and remember of January the 1st, 2020, that things was changing and you wasn't prepared for it. But as we step forward into January the 2nd, January the 3rd, 4th, 5th, you can now say that you are prepared for anything.
That's correct. That's correct.
And with that said, you can also say, well, at least that's what Transitional Changes is saying, that you would think more before you make your next move. Show more caution to the next person. Spreading the word of Transitional Changes mission. Or just spreading the word of picking up the phone to your family member and talking with them. Because it was one thing for sure 2020 showed, that Transitional Changes share the sorrow and the grieving of all the people that did not make it. Moment of silence for that. And we can come back with that knowledge to say that we have a purpose and we can move forward in this 2021 with being more safety, being more prepared, and learning more.
I like to say, with the rising number of violence throughout the whole country, many other different countries, I would like everybody to take a moment and think about hope and love, because hope gives you something to look forward to. Within our society, there seems to be so much pressure to be perfect that to love ourselves has become a pretty hard task to achieve. But it is the key to total unconditional love of all others. It is not unconditional love when someone likes you only because you can give them what they want. It is also not unconditional love when someone only loves you under certain circumstances. Unconditional love is received and given to others in many different forms, and unfortunately, there is not a one-size-fits-all philosophy. Unconditional love is a conscious decision you make every day and in every new situation that comes along. There are no rules laid out for everyone. You apply it person by person. So what is hope anyway? Do we, as people, need hope? Is it good for us to hope for good things to happen to us? Is this world really a hopeful place where dreams really do come true for ordinary people? What should you and I hope for anyway?
Well, I say you hope for life. Hope is prayer. Hope is faith. Have faith in yourself. Have faith in a higher power. Because if you look forward to the materialistic things, what Transitional Changes had a show on last year, you gather yourself to become of the material world. And most likely you will not be able to take it with you. Try to enjoy the things that is attached to you, that is most important, and that is your vessel. Mm-hmm. The other vessels that are around you or that came from you are more important to the materialistic things that can dissolve, that can get destroyed, or just be left behind. But the greatest thing that we have as human beings is a memory. As a fish in a fishbowl only has a 3-second memory. Some animals, like the elephants, can remember for years. With humans, in my opinion, I feel that humans has the greatest ability to adapt, which is evolve. We have evolved from 2020 to 2021. Like I previously was explaining, you have evolved with more knowledge. And with the next day, you are eager to learn. How will we come out of this pandemic? What's next out of this pandemic? Is it another one or anything? But like I stated before in other previous shows, that is the excitement of life. There is not one boring day or seconds in front of you. So you have things to live for. And sure enough, you have something to live for with Transitional Changes mission, because all you have to do is write what's on your mind. If it's sorrow, happiness, sadness, anything, write to us and we have contacts that can help you or connect to places that can help you in situations. And start by that by typing in tcmissionspeaks@gmail.com.
Or visit our website at www.transitionalchangesmission.wordpress.com. Or you can follow us and get a feel for who we are at Anchor, Speaker, Spotify, Castbox, Deezer, and Podchaser. First, let's understand what hope is. Hope is a feeling, an emotion, that what we want really will happen. Hope is very different from a wish or a misty dream because it has two very important components. One, a person filled with hope has a strong desire for something. It isn't just a hazy feeling of, oh, that would be nice. It is a strong feeling of, I want it. Secondly, with hope, there is a legitimate expectation that what you want will happen. There is an element of faith in hope. Can you see the difference between hoping and wishing for something? For example, because of the unbelievably long odds, winning the lottery is just a wish, not really something we can hope and plan for. To me, there is also an element of hope that you don't find in the dictionary definition. It is an element that says, I can't do this all by myself. Someone or something else will have to help me make it happen. If you absolutely know something is going to happen, you don't have to hope for it.
And yes, my people, you don't have to hope for the next person to answer the phone. You don't have to hope that they are at the house or at their job. You can make an effort to get in contact with them a lot more with 2021. Because as realized, there is nothing guaranteed but the excitement of life. And life is good at all times. And that's what I will help the audience embrace. Now, for the ones that's wondering, Transitional Changes is moving up the chain. Yes, we are making a lot more exciting, more shows. We see that we make shows on the day of a holiday, which we just cast out 3 huge holidays in the nation, which was Thanksgiving,
Christmas,
and New Year's.
That's right.
Now we are stepping into the love zone, which is Valentine's next. And yes, we will have a bonus show on that day.
Absolutely.
As I lead to have a discussion with Queen Summers, and one thing that I like to express to the audience is the things that I have embraced that have came to manifest into reality is the imagination of what Queen Summers is trying to explain. The imagination of anything is first. Then it comes into reality. You have to imagine what you want or asking for before you receive it. Now, there's other steps towards that. What you receive, can you handle that? So you have to contemplate about things that you are asking for and always think before you ask. So therefore, when we thought about Transitional Changes, we never thought about it growing as far as it have, but we have embraced it. It took a lot of planning, financial spreads, everything of anything dealing with entrepreneur. It takes a lot of scheduling and planning before you make it into reality. Now, when it comes into reality, you start making movements towards of it getting bigger, to spread the love or whatever you have offer as a service or a duty. So with Transitional Changes now have grown to a podcast show. Every time we come on air, we will appreciate and give thanks to everybody that has supported us from day one of first podcast show, a Transitional Changes mission. With that said, I explained all that to say that it turns into a child to you, and it does as it with yourself. That means that you will start being more organized as you try to get your child organized. The show lead by example. So with that said, when you lead by example and embrace into yourself to become a better person, to spread the love or whatever you have to come into fruition of the reality. And that's what we pray for Transitional Changes mission as we add on more shows, do more interviews. I mean, we got big plans for this year.
That's right. Just a little rundown of some of the things that we're going to be talking about so that you can understand the core values of Transitional Changes mission. We will be talking about courage, kindness, patience, integrity, gratitude, appreciation, forgiveness, love, growth, listening, respect, self-giving, vision, authenticity,